Good morning. How are y'all doing today? Welcome into Tommy Bites Homestead. So, on sad news, as you can see on the screen, there has been a plane crash. This happened in North Carolina, Statesville to be exact. That is about 45 minutes or so away from where I am. When I'm doing my deliveries, I'm often there at least 3 or 4 times a week. Um, this is sad news, especially for the NASCAR families that are out there because this is affecting them right now. So I'm going to get into the story, then I'm going to show you some video footage of it. And I send my thoughts and my prayers out to all of those involved in this situation. So a small plane crashed while attempting a landing at North Carolina's Statesville Regional Airport. This morning, tail number data shows that the plane was owned by Greg Biffle, a former NASCAR driver who won 19 Cup Series races in his 20-year career. Now, I don't know if he was on this plane yet. I haven't read the story, but it was owned by him. So here's an update by Brad Panovich. Says this was the flight path of the Cessna 550 Citation that took off from Statesville Airport and immediately turned around and tried to land. It did crash on that landing attempt at the airport. FAA records show that the plane, a Cessna C550 with the tail number N257BW, is registered to an LLC called GB Aviation Leasing. Flight data shows that the plane took off from Statesville Airport before quickly returning for attempted landing. Let's see, this is another tweet here. And then I'll hit play. A friend heard an unusual sound when the Citation was taking off. It appears they tried to turn around on the field. No other confirmed comments. So I'm going to go over to a few other news outlets. Hey, y'all, welcome in. Please hit the like as you enter. Let's see, I had another news report. Here it is. And then we can go over to TikTok. Make sure that I am sharing.
We are seeing what appears to be a plane crash in North Carolina. So if we can go ahead and take that live in the moment as we look for more information. Right now, this is about as much as we have. But this plane crash is in Statesville, North Carolina. So I'm going to go ahead and look up. Literally, this popped up in the moment, not finding a whole lot of information. But you can see their crews on the scene of this particular crash. I'm looking at it with you as that smoke is coming from that structure at the moment. Fire crews there are looking to extinguish this as well. We don't know exactly who or how many people were on this crash or any extent of injuries at this particular time. But let's see if we can find some reports and then also some information put out by officials in that area. I'm going to go ahead and start looking for any intel that we can get out of Statesville, including, if we can do this, pulling up a map exactly of where Statesville is in North Carolina so that people have an understanding of where that is. As you see the crews there, emergency crews on the scene in the moment. Let me see something. Okay, I do have a bit of information that's coming in from our ABC affiliate there in the area, WSOC, and these crews are apparently on the scene of this crash at the Statesville Regional Airport. That is where this is currently. There has not been any additional information that has been made available thus far, but that is new as they just panned out so you can see it for yourself. This crash is there at the Statesville Regional Airport. You're seeing, let me see if I can read any of these others. You're seeing more crews, a state trooper, so state police that are there on the scene at the moment. They are just arriving there after those fire crews. You see EMS official there in that black truck. Fire crews there is our camera crew there on the scene. Zooms in and you can see the remnants of that plane that has crashed there. I don't know if that's on the runway or not far off of a runway, but clearly it did not either make it far from the airport or it was coming into the airport. That information we don't quite know just yet, but we're going to keep.
Okay, so I just explained to y'all that it was taking off. They heard something and turned around, but did not make that landing. And this is the result of that. So I'm going to go over to TikTok. This report's coming a lot faster over there than the news.
Breaking news.
What?
Greg Biffle just was on a plane and crashed. 5 are dead.
Hold on. Greg Biffle.
Yeah, Greg Biffle.
Hold
Happened
on.
20 minutes ago.
Hold on. That's Cletus McFarland's best friend, and they fly together. We better hope that Cletus wasn't on there. Greg Biffle, I think, lives like in Charlotte, North Carolina.
It crashed at Statesville Regional Airport. It crashed at the end of the runway.
And did Greg Biffle die?
Yeah, it looks like 5 are dead.
A plane crash at an
video.
airport resulted in multiple deaths on Thursday, the sheriffs confirmed. The Cessna C-550 airplane crashed at the Statesville Regional Airport around 10:15 on December 18th, which is today. It was not immediately known exactly how many people were on the plane, nor who were on the plane, nor how many. The picture from the airport showed the plane in a massive ball of flames. Here's the plane right here. According to the city of Statesville's website, the airport is city-owned and provides corporate aviation facilities for Fortune 500 companies, including several NASCAR teams. The airport is not far from the I-77, I-40 exchange, about 10 minutes outside of Statesville. And they're saying that this was Greg Biffle's plane.
Yeah. Breaking news.
What?
All right, guys, we have some breaking news coming out of North Carolina this morning. Multiple people are confirmed dead after a plane crash at Statesville Regional Airport in Iredell County. According to the sheriff, the crash happened around 10:15 a.m. This morning, today. Right now, officials have not confirmed how many people were on board the aircraft, and they've not released an exact number of fatalities, nor have they released what type of plane. We
have breaking news out of North Carolina where a Cessna Citation aircraft that appears to be owned by NASCAR driver Greg Biffle has crashed. This is at the Statesville Regional Airport in North Carolina. Is a 1981 Cessna Citation 2. It is unclear if he was on board, but there are reports of multiple casualties. And John Hunter Nemenchek has said prayers out this morning, a fellow NASCAR driver. But they've reported 5 fatalities confirmed, but feared all dead. And here you can see some pictures of the crash, which occurred after the aircraft made a return to the airport. Here.
Jake, yeah. I just came in through the tree.
When that thing hit the ground, it blew the flaps in the shop open again.
It crossed that road. You see that?
Holy shit.
Looking for the set screws and
I remember when something very similar happened in South Carolina. I got chills right now thinking about it, with the rocker Travis Barker. He was burnt really bad. He survived, but he was burnt really bad. So we can still hold up prayers that somebody made it through this, because Travis Barker went through this. He didn't fly for years after that. Like, he would still tour, but he would take buses and stuff like that. But this is a sad situation.
Breaking news. What?
We have breaking news.
Horrible news coming out of North Carolina this morning. A plane has crashed at Statesville Regional Airport, resulting in multiple fatalities. Now, this occurred about 10:15, 10:20 a.m. The 911 call came in at about 10:20 a.m. They're not sure if weather played a part in this accident. There is some fog at the airport, and there has been some fog when they were landing. However,
it's been raining here all morning. It's supposed to rain today and tomorrow, and it is foggy, very cloudy outside right now. So that could have something to do with it, or it could be what they said earlier was that there was a loud sound coming from the plane, and maybe they heard it on the plane and turned around, but just couldn't make it. As you can see, it was crossing that road. You see some trees down. You see skid marks on the side road of the airport and then through the fence. So again, I want to send thoughts and prayers out to everyone involved. Hopefully someone was able to make it out of that. I don't know how, but that was the NASCAR driver.
I lost him in the club. I didn't know he turned, but I knew he was going. I said I saw it.
A Cessna Citation 550 came down at Statesville Regional Airport just moments ago. The plane reportedly took off from the airport, but then tried to turn around immediately and land yet again. And in this footage, we can see that it didn't quite make it to the airport's property, and it hit the perimeter fence before bursting into a ball of flames, as you saw at the beginning of this video. And things aren't super clear here on flight radar either. It appears we don't have that many data points to see what exactly happened. Its last data point was right here, and this appears to be the road that we just saw in that video. So presumably it came from this direction and couldn't quite make it back to runway 28. Here's a few other images of the aftermath. It's reported that the owner may have been former NASCAR driver Greg Biffle, and that he was sadly on the plane during the incident, although that's not confirmed. As I was editing this video, more footage was released of this incident, and according to local news stations, there were 6 people on board and no survivors. Again, this happened just moments ago, so as we learn more, I'll make an update. A Cessna Citation 550 came down at Statesville.
Again, we don't know if he was on there or not. So, but there were people on there, and what he's saying, they did not survive that. So I just want to bring y'all a quick update on what was going on. Like, I didn't even know this had happened. I was sitting here editing a video for my other channel, and I saw this pop up, and I was like, oh my goodness, let's go see what this is about. And then I realized it was not far from where I'm at. So of course I'm going to cover it. But I want to send thoughts and prayers out to them. I also want to send thoughts and prayers out to the people in Washington State. I have not done a video on the flooding or anything like that, but I do send prayers out to them as well. Their levees actually broke. Like, I know I have been watching it, just haven't done a story on it. And I knew that they were on Monday praying that their levee did not break, and apparently it did on Tuesday. And so they had even more flooding going on there. So prayers out to them. It's going to be a long road to recovery for them in Washington State. I will see y'all later in another video. I don't know if it'll be alive or not. It's a lot of moving parts going on out here today. I just wasn't trying to cover any news stories, honestly. But if it's something I feel I need to bring to y'all, I will. I do appreciate y'all coming in. Thank you so much. Greg Biffle, Teresa, was a NASCAR driver. I don't think he drives anymore, but you know, once a driver, always a driver. And that's, they don't know if he was on the plane, but they know that the plane was owned by him and there were 5 people on there. So, you know, sometimes people loan their planes out to other parties. So you never know. He might not have even been on there. That's why they have not confirmed, and they cannot confirm at the moment whether he was on there. I'm sure they're going to look at flight logs and all of that. Usually in situations like that, FTA, FBI, all of those people come in and they, you know, take over the situation. So just want to let y'all know what was going on. Y'all take care, stay safe. Well, I'm not going to get into that. Also, Maya, about holidays and being pagan. I'm not getting into any of that because I could go in on that, about celebrating not just the holidays, but celebrating people who look at their horoscopes and stuff like that. It's a lot of things that are considered demonic in the Bible. Celebrating Christmas is not in the Bible about that, as far as I know, but I do know what is. And oh, my birthday is this month, and I'm a Libra, and I'm a Sagittarius, and I'm a Virgo. All of those things can be said that you should not be doing. So everybody is allowed to do what they want to do. If they want to celebrate Christmas how they want to celebrate it. Some people celebrate Christmas, not the pagan holiday part of it, but just the fact that of Christ himself, okay, and dying on the cross, even though we don't know Jesus's birthday. At least they say it's not in December anyway. So, but we know that he died on the cross and he rose on the 3rd day. So people are celebrating many ways Christmas, not just saying, you know, the pagan, in my opinion, is the whole what man has put into it. Like I said, let me not get into that. Y'all, I'll see y'all in the next video. Y'all take care, stay safe. Please hit the like if you have not. And thank y'all for coming in.